A very warm welcome back to your latest industry recap. Emirates is expanding. Etihad Airways has some exciting A380 news, and the same can be said for Gulf Air in terms of new route developments. Why not begin with Etihad, who are extending the presence of their A380 by sending the aircraft to Canada. The world's largest passenger plane will begin serving Toronto from Abu Dhabi on the 24th of June this year, part of a plan to meet current strong seasonal demand. The aircraft deploy daily between Abu Dhabi's home airport and Toronto Pearson, with EY21 departing Abu Dhabi at 2:40 in the morning, arriving into Toronto at 9 a.m. After spending several hours on the ground, you'll have an afternoon departure of 1:40 p.m, arriving into Abu Dhabi at 11 a.m. the following day. All of these times are local. While Etihad focuses on traffic such as leisure, there's also an appetite to meet summer business demand, which will increase during the peak season. Etihad Airways calls the move a strategic one. They noticed the increased demand for travel right across Canada, and they feel that by deploying their highest capacity jet, they can give customers more choice and adequately meet this demand, while also competing with other established airlines between the markets. Toronto also remains very popular with Etihad Airways. They highlight that now there's greater access to markets such as the Indian subcontinent or even cities within Asia. Thanks to the Abu Dhabi-based carrier's strong network, there is an appetite for this A380, and while at one point it may have been considered a plane that was down and out, it's clearly come back and clearly now has a place within the operation on a day-to-day basis, and that's fantastic news for aviation enthusiasts, but also for those that are actually fortunate enough to fly aboard this aircraft. Etihad knows that the feature of the award-winning top-of-the-line product is a big part of why there is such an appeal for this plane. The carrier offers 68 extra legroom seats in economy class, which provides an additional 4 inches of space and complements the 337 economy smart seats. The upper deck is really where the luxury happens, however, with 70 business class suites. These suites also feature a lobby and a bar lounge, and a bar area really between the high profile classes, with first class possible thanks to first apartments, which feature 9 private spaces and all the latest amenities that Etihad Airways customers should expect. However, its residence is really what's considered the pinnacle of luxury. It's the only 3-room suite in the sky, with Etihad saying you've got a living room, bedroom, ensuite, shower, all while flying to your destination many hours away. Over to Gulf Air, who have announced that they will increase their flying towards London with the upcoming launch of new flights. Bahrain's national carrier will launch new direct flights to London Gatwick Airport to complement its existing Heathrow service. Service commencement can be expected on March the 30th of this year. Gulf Air will offer thrice weekly service on Wednesday, Friday and Sunday, and will unsurprisingly utilise its flagship 787 Dreamliner. The 787 acts as the airline's flagship and is a very important plane that enables high-capacity flying to international destination. Fleet data indicates that 10 of your 787-9s are in service. The flight departs Bahrain at 1:45 in the morning, with a 6:55 morning arrival into Gatwick, really perfect for onward connectivity options if you need that. Meanwhile, the return leg is departing Gatwick at 11:25 in the morning and will then return to Bahrain at 8 p.m, all on the same day. All of the times I mentioned are local to their respective airport. The service's commencement on March 30 also aligns with the northern summer schedule and therefore arrives at a point when demand is expected to surge. Gulf Air says that the announcement of this route is a landmark moment and highlights steps to enhance the international network. Meanwhile, the carrier has a strong vision to strengthen links between its own kingdom and the United Kingdom. Offering Gatwick service presents new opportunities and shows it is positively moving towards this. Over to the final story, and Emirates is expanding its international network by announcing 3 new destinations. Strengthening upon service to Asia, the carrier has confirmed it will offer daily non-stop flights between its home Dubai and Shenzhen from 1 July 2025. Thanks to this, Emirates will become the first Middle Eastern carrier to offer daily flights to the Chinese mainland city, which is known as the Technology and Innovation Hub. Emirates was also the first airline to establish crucial air connectivity between the Middle East and Chinese mainland in 2002. Therefore, it feels responsible for extending its partnership and strengthening ties between the UAE and China. Emirates also adds that its service to Shenzhen has explicitly been timed to allow connections through Dubai and from markets such as Europe and Africa, among others. EK328, 329 has been the designated flight numbers for the service, with a departure on a 4-class Boeing 777-300ER, with a private suite in first class, 40 of your lie-flat business class seats, 24 in premium economy, and 260 in economy. Meanwhile, Emirates is also committed to launching 4 weekly flights to Da Nang via Bangkok. This will become the 3rd gateway in Vietnam, joining Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, service commencing on the 2nd of June. These new flights, which have been announced, will operate 4 times per week. Departures will occur on the Boeing 777, again a very reliable wide-body plane that is more modest for the company should it wish to fly to locations that can't necessarily handle the A380 and don't certainly justify it. The flight will operate as EK370, 371, with departures again to help connectivity. In fact, Emirates really highlights that it believes customers from Amsterdam, London, Milan, and Rome will benefit thanks to this. The airline's last route is a thrice weekly service to Siem Reap, departing on Tuesdays and Thursdays and also Fridays from the 3rd of June. Jetting off from Dubai at 9 a.m, this flight will also be via Bangkok and then fly onwards to its endpoint, arriving at 9:30 p.m. The 777-300ER is operating this flight, however the specific 777-300ER being utilised is the 2-class config one with 35 lie-flat business class seats and 386 in economy. Thank you very much for tuning into this aviation news recap. As always, if you have any thoughts, you know the best place to drop them is down below in the comments. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you tomorrow.
And we'll fly.